स्पर्धा परीक्षेच्या तयारीसाठी महाराष्ट्रातील सर्वोत्तम ऑनलाईन प्लॅटफॉर्म ज्ञानदीप अकॅडमी पुणे. महाराष्ट्रातील सर्वोत्कृष्ट शिक्षकांचे व्हिडिओ लेक्चर्स, PDF स्वरूपात नोट्स व प्रश्नपत्रिका उपलब्ध, तेही अगदी माफक फीसमध्ये. बॅच जॉईन करण्यासाठी आजच गुगल प्ले स्टोअरवरून ज्ञानदीप अकॅडमीचे ॲप डाउनलोड करा. अधिक माहितीसाठी संपर्क करा 95 11 28 04 65.
Hello everyone, here I am again to share the strategy of my UPSC journey. So previously I have told you about my UPSC journey and about my main strategy, about answer writing and all about my mistakes in GS and optional and how I changed my optional 3 times in this journey. So now my optional was sociology, where I have scored around 240 marks. So now here I am to share the strategy of sociology with you. So first of all, how to decide the optional? Optional, you know that optional is a very critical subject in our in the whole UPSC journey. So it carry around 500 marks, right? Paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1, it's about the subject, it's about its international orientation, and paper 2, it's about India in every optional, okay? So now while deciding the optional, one must consider his or her background. So my background was medical. So first of all, I was not very acquainted with the humanities subject like public administration and political science and sociology. That's why I started with psychology. But then I found that answer writing, guidance, and then the material, it also plays a very important role in deciding which option you should take for this your examination. So then why I chose sociology? First of all, sociology, it's easy to understand. Even a layman can understand this subject very nicely, very clearly, and the concept in this optional is not very critical like some in public administration and political science. The syllabus, it have a crisp syllabus. Okay, so the syllabus is also short and nice. Understanding of the subject is also right, and it has its utility. Here, utility, it means it has its interlinkage with other subjects, other papers like the essay paper. As I told in previous section, that essay it carries marks. It carries we have 2 essay to write, and it carries around social aspect essay, right? So for the social aspect essays, sociology plays a very important role. Then in GS1, it's for society portion. Sociology as an option, it can help to write the answers and the questions to related with society. And then some part of GS2 plus ethics case study. It gives you overall understanding about the society and how one needs to tackle the problem of society. It also gives you approach to solve the case study or the problems given in the case study. So here I jotted down some points like interlinkage to GS1 essay, some portion of GS2, and some ethics, right? The syllabus is short and understandable, easy to understand. Material is available, answer writing and your guidance is available, right? And feedback, we can get a very nice and easy feedback on this subject. So while dealing with sociology as a subject, we have to consider some points. Paper 1. I'm taking this lecture for the one which are new in this UPSC journey and they want a thorough understanding about the optional paper. Okay, what it is. So paper 1, it mainly consists of thinkers, international thinkers. And paper 2, it consists of Indian thinkers. It paper 1, it considers sociology from world's point of view. And this considers from India's point of view. So now how we can apply this to our other papers, right? So the India's point of view, like regionalism, communalism, globalization, and its impact. You can see that these topics, they are also in GS1 papers, right? So, I even talked about sociology and its impact on essay. So this year's paper we have an essay which is social change, or I think it was social development needs economic development and something like that. But just consider this, a social change or a social development, right? So it has its impact on the essay. The student with sociology as a background can tackle this essay very easily. Let's see the syllabus, what the syllabus is all about. So sociology, the discipline, modernity, social change in Europe, right? Emergence of sociology, scope of this subject, comparison with other social science, sociology and common sense. So this syllabus, it talk about what the sociology is all about, how the modernity in Europe started and how it impacted the sociology. It also talk about comparison of sociology with history, with philosophy, with economics and with other such subjects. When we talk about sociology as science, it talks about, is sociology a science or a non-science background? Research methodology, again complicated but yes, easy to understand. Sociological thinkers, Emile Durkheim, division of labor, social fact, suicide, religion and society. Then Karl Marx, historical materialism, mode of production, class structure. Max Weber, social action, ideal types, bureaucracy. Talcott Parsons, then Robert Merton and Mead, self and identity, where they talk about social system, pattern variable, latent and manifest function, deviance, crime and reference group. So now I think you understand what I was trying to tell you, that this syllabus here, it is very linked to GS1 paper with essay and with ethics. And these topics, they are recurrently occurring in other paper also. So it is very easy to tackle. It is consistent. Then sociology is also very consistent. Many toppers are seen from the sociology as optional. It is easy to score. I would not say very easy to score, but yes, if you give a due preference on answer writing, then preference on some terms and terminology, good concepts, then yes, one can get a decent score to crack this examination. Let's move forward in this syllabus aspect. Let's see stratification and mobility, the concept of inequality, hierarchy, poverty, then theory of social stratification. Then let's see the dimension, social stratification of class, status group, gender, ethnicity and race. Social mobility. Then there is a chapter of work and economic life, politics and society, religion and society, system and kinship as a whole, and social change in modern society. Let's see the syllabus of paper 2. These are some Indian thinkers: Ghurye, M.N. Srinivas, A.R. Desai. Then the impact of colonial rule in Indian society, like the social background of Indian nationalism, modernization of Indian tradition, protest and movement, social reforms, idea of India village, agrarian social structure. Then the religion and society from India's point of view, system of kinship in India, social classes in India, tribal community in India, and caste system in India. There is also the syllabus of industrialization and urbanization, politics and society, social movement in modern India, population dynamics, challenges of social transformation. If we see in detail the syllabus of challenges of social transformation, we can see there is poverty and deprivation, violence against women, caste conflicts, ethnic conflicts, illiteracy and disparity. So basically my point by reading out this syllabus was like that the syllabus is not very much which you cannot understand, being from any background. Okay, so being even from medical background, engineering background, or someone who is from arts, student from any background can read and understand sociology very well. Okay. Now, the very important aspect of sociology is from where to read this and how to fetch more mark in sociology. So, I will share you the book list which I prefer. Okay, first of all, in going forward with this lecture, I would like to tell you the strategy which I have worked in sociology. It's not necessary that the same strategy will work for you. So, for this, I'm just guiding you, I'm just giving you my own strategy, my own way of answer writing, my own book list. So, it's finally your decision to act according to it. Make your own notes, make your own book list. Try to find out more, again, the answer writing of some toppers or the notes of some toppers or some class note of some good institution, get the mentorship and then make your own strategy, make your own path and then go forward in this aspect. Okay, so let's see what are the books which I have referred. I have started with NCERT of Sociology of class 11 and 12. There is a book of Nitin Sagwan sir which gives the concept of sociology and it covers the whole syllabus of sociology very comprehensively. So basically I prefer this book, it's mainly for revision purpose because it's given in very crisp form and very concise form. So in the 5 days of the time, as you know, between the GS and between the optional, till the paper of optional, we have 5 days. In these 5 to 6 days, we have to revise our optional very well. So, Nitin Sagwan's book, it gives a very crisp and concise notes which we can cover in 5 days of time. Then, the subject of IGNOU. Okay, the IGNOU part which we don't have to read the whole IGNOU book of sociology. Some of the portion in IGNOU, like from this IGNOU part, which I have read, is Indian thinkers. There are some international thinkers, that is the thinkers from paper 1, which I have referred from IGNOU. Then there are some topics like women empowerment, social inequality, class, which are covered in IGNOU very well. So just go through IGNOU notes once and then it's very easy to understand. So if you want to understand the concept very well, then go for IGNOU's class material and then you can jot down your own notes so that you can revise it afterwards. Okay, now Ram Ahuja. Ram Ahuja, we have a book called Social Problems. This book, it gives a comprehensive idea about the social problem in India like caste, tribal issue, ethnic issue, women issue, and marginalized section. So just try to read this book. It gives a very comprehensive knowledge about what are the social problems in India, which you can link with the other subjects or with the other topics. Then the current social issue. As I said in the previous lecture also, like in today's newspaper, there was an article in Indian Express. Okay, and it tells how the class inequality or the people from higher class, they are not ready to reopen the school. Okay, so basically what was the idea was that there is an hierarchy. Okay, so these are higher class people, they have their own facility, right? Their children, they are not suffering. They can go for Byju's, they can go for an academy, or even the socialization of these children is very good. The parenting of these children is good. So there is no loss of the children belonging to a high class family. But then the low class family, like farmers, workers, what about their children? They don't have the accessibility to digital education. They don't have the socialization environment. Even the parenting, both parents, they cannot focus on their children's education. Sometimes the parents, they are illiterate and they cannot teach their children. So the children from this section of the society, they suffer. Okay, but the section of higher class, they rule the country and they make the law, right? They make the rules for the society. So my basic idea about sharing with you is that the current social issue about the reopening of the school, how the author, it connected this reopening of the school with the class, and so forth, we can connect this with class struggle, right? Or let's say the issue of migration, that how COVID-19 situation, it wasn't the situation of migrant workers, which are the very basic foundation of our society. So we can link this migration issue that's with Karl Marx. So what here I am trying to say is that the current social issue, the current problem, it should be connected with the syllabus of sociology so that we can maximize our marks. There are certain other books which I needed to share with you. Okay, so this is Introduction to Sociology. It is by Anthony Giddens. Then Sociological Thoughts, Sociological Theory it's by Ritzer. Then Sociological Themes and Perspective by Harlambus and Helborn. There is a Dictionary of Sociology. It's by Oxford. Then there are Sociological Thoughts. It's by John Scott. So just don't worry if I gave you this long list of the books. You don't have to read these books in total. Introduction to sociology. Some parts of the sociological introduction, it's given by Anthony Giddens very nicely. So there is some portion which needed to be covered from this book. From Ritzer, there are only few topics which are to be covered from Ritzer, especially which topics which are given in the syllabus. Emile Durkheim, Karl Marx, Max Weber, Talcott Parson, Robert Merton, and Mead. These all topics, they are given in the Ritzer very well. So from Ritzer, we have to do the thinkers which are given in the syllabus. Other thinkers, they are important. Yes, of course, their application is also important. But at the same time, you did not need to read the whole of the thinkers or whole of their theories in total. Some of the applied part you should read it and you should apply in your answer writing, or you can make a note of their thinkers and their concepts, just a short notes, and then apply them in the given questions and given answers. Even in sociological themes and perspective for Harlambus and Halban, the topics which I chose to do was crime and deviance, religion, and some politics and work. These 3 chapters I covered from Harlambus part. Okay, then the dictionary. Whichever the topics which are given in the syllabus, we'll go again once, go back to the syllabus. Sticking to the syllabus is very important aspect in optional and even in the GS also, but in optional it carries more focus because the question papers, and if you see the previous year question papers also, you will see that the questions they are asked then related to the syllabus only. They are not gone outside the syllabus very much. Okay, so now here, hierarchy, exclusion, poverty, stratification, social movement, aminism, monoism, democracy, social movement, collective action, revolution. These are some of the concepts which you need to find out from the dictionary and write the definition of it. There is also some other concept like social organization, then social mobility, class struggle. So such concept you need to find out from the dictionary and then jot it down so that whatever it's asked about, then you can start with the introduction by defining the concept and then by hitting the question. Okay, and sociological thought by G. Scott. I didn't really refer this book, but many of the students, they say that sociological thought by G. Scott is a very good book. I didn't read it, I didn't get the time, but then if you want to go through this book, if you want to have a look on this book, you can surely go for that book. Okay, this was for paper 1. Now let's see for paper 2. There is book by M.N. Srinivas sir, of social change in modern India. And there is another book by Yogendra Singh sir, which talk about modernization in Indian tradition. There is book by S.L. Doshi about rural sociology. There is, beside this book, there is also one book by A.R. Desai. It gives social background of Indian nationalism. Again, I haven't read this book, but if you want, you can go through this. I have gone through this book of social change in modern India, modernization in Indian society and rural society, and these are very good books. You can refer this book for application part. You can read this book even for essays. It's very good for GS society portion. It's also very good, and then you can apply it to the current situation also. These are good books, and by reading this book, by applying this book, you can maximize your marks. Okay. So now, after reading all this book, what are the trick part which are needed so that we can increase our score in the optional? Okay, first, before increasing the score, let's talk about the strategic part. Okay, what should be the strategy? Again, I am giving this lecture for the students who are new in this UPSC journey and who want to have a clear idea about sociology. So that the strategy, analyze the syllabus. Go through previous year question paper. Then go through toppers question paper or toppers answer copy, I would say. If you have decided that sociology would be your option, then start with NCERT, followed by IGNOU, and slowly start by reading the book list which I have given you. It is a holistic book list and no need to just again adding the other books. You can also refer to some of the material given by class. There are many institutes which gives the class note, handwritten notes are available, and some free YouTube classes are available, some free material are available. So you can try to go through this material and you can try to jot down some material. Just don't buy everything and just increase your burden. And then after that, start your answer writing. How to start the answer writing in the upcoming session, or in this session only I'll tell you what to do in the answer writing part. Then write the full test. Once you're done with the syllabus, once you're done with your reading books, once you're done with your daily answer writing, then you must try to write full test. Here full test, I mean to say a full test within 3 hours of time. Try to incorporate all the terms, thinkers, concept, and whatever you think which is important to increase the marks, try to incorporate all those concepts in this full test and keep this full test for revision purpose, so that during your examination or while writing the mains, when you have 5 days left, you can revise your own test paper, you can revise your own notes and then go for examination. So now, how you can increase the score in the optional subject? So my strategy was to link paper 1 and paper 2 at the same time. Means in paper 1, if the question was asked regarding Emile Durkheim or the maid, then I would try to give the example of India. So what is India? What is the situation in India? Okay, for example, there is a question regarding Emile Durkheim. So if you haven't started studying, I am sure that you would not knowing the Emile Durkheim and Emile Durkheim's concept about religion. But here Emile Durkheim, he says that religion is a solidarity force of society. It means that it binds the society very well, and it's the combining force. It have its social conscience. So what happened in India, right? So now you can see that after COVID-19, when everyone was within their homes and nothing was so much exciting, so here comes the functions, right? So there was now Durga function, and then followed by Ganpati festivals. So it combined the society, right? Due to these festivals, people, they started coming out, they started meeting again, and they started the conversation again. So how Emile Durkheim's religion concept it is applied in India. And so the other way also. How other way? It's like it's rights, religious rights, right? Between Hindu Muslim. Religion is also a reason due to which riots are occurring in India. So in both this region, in both this concept, in the question of Emile Durkheim, we can connect the Indian scenario. And same in paper 2. If the question is asked about Indian religion, I'm just giving you an example. The question is asked about Indian religion. So here we can link the syllabus of paper 1 to paper 2. Like we can write Emile Durkheim. Or say another question, suicide in India. There is rise in suicide in India. Right? So we can connect the thinkers from paper 1, which gives the concept of suicide, self and other, in how the suicide are increasing or why the society are increasing in India. We will take the question first and then you will totally understand what I am trying to tell you in this linkage part. Okay. Later then thinkers. Of course, the thinkers which are given in syllabus, they are very important, they need to be covered, but at the same time there are other thinkers also like Andre Bete and some other thinkers which are not given in this syllabus, but you need to mention their theory, you need to mention them while they have criticized the main thinker. Okay, so Emile Durkheim the work of Emile Durkheim was also criticized by many other thinkers. So the name of that thinker, they should come while they have criticizes this, okay, or they have supported this. So name of thinkers other than which are mentioned in the syllabus is also very necessary. Then school of thoughts. It is positivist, non-positivist, phenomenologist. These are some words, these are some school of thoughts which gives the overall concept of sociology. So such words, such terminology should be, you should drop these terminologies in the question paper to just support your answer. That what you want to say is also said by another school of thought, or what you want to say, you know that this question, it deals with such a school of thought. When I will be dealing with the question, you will get to know what I am talking about. Then facts and figures and data. It is needed, especially in paper 2. When we talk about India, the fact and figures which are they mentioned in economic survey or in other such survey, they are needed to support your answer. And then again, link to current affair, like what is happening now. Okay, what is happening before COVID, what is happening after COVID is the concept of Emile Durkheim, or for that matter, say Karl Marx. Karl Marx, he said about class struggle. So is class struggle still present? Yes, class struggle is still present in India. How? So there is union, trade union, and they perform their strike, right? Against the owner. It's not new concept. So the class struggle, it is still present in India. So link it with the current affair examples, right? For example, one more example. Okay, there is a concept called dependency theory. Dependency theory, it says that developing world, it is dependent on bigger developed world. Okay, and developed world, it provides its science and technology, so that developing world would again depend on developed world. And now I'll connect this dependency theory with the current affair example. Let's say the vaccine production. We all know India leads the international market in vaccine production, but also it is the known fact that for vaccine production, whatever the raw material is needed, okay, we are dependent on China or USA for around something 400 or something active pharma products, right? So even leading in vaccine production, we are dependent on developed theory. We are dependent on developed countries. So this is what the dependency theory talks about. So how we connect this theory with the example, right? So these are some of the strategy which can increase your score in the optional subject. So let's try to answer some of the question. In this lecture, I would like to answer some of the questions which are given previously so that you could understand how to start your answer writing session or the daily answer writing practices. So let's see. How did intellectual forces led to emergence of sociology? So this is very related to the first point of the syllabus, emergence of sociology. So here, intellectual forces. So what you need to do, the emergence of sociology, going back in the European era, how the emergence of sociology was started in Europe and how the intellectual forces it led to emergence of the sociology there. And not only that, after that, it's a 10 marker question, but as I say, we have to link the paper 1 with paper 2. While giving the example from paper 2, we can write that even the emergence of sociology in India is also due to the intellectual forces. So how? So during the British era, when Britishers started study of sociology, they were started from their own perspective. But after where the thinkers like J.S. Ghurye and M.N. Srinivas, they started studying sociology, they emerged with their own ideology or their own perspective, and it is called as endology, right? So we are hitting the question, we are linking paper 1 and paper 2, and then we are addressing this question with a holistic point of view. Okay, let's go with the other question. Okay, we will do this question. Question number 3b. Critically analyze Durkheim's view on elementary form of religious life and the role of religion. Also discuss the consequence of religion revivalism in contemporary society. Okay, this question, it not only deals with Emile Durkheim, it also tries us to explain that how revivalism in the contemporary society has been started. So what are the key point here? First one is critically analyze. We have to critically analyze what is the situation, what is the concept. Okay, then Durkheim's view on elementary form of religion life. Not the contemporary form, elementary form. Elementary form, what it means, that how the religion have started from tribal section. There are various, it's his concept that how it started in the tribal society. There was a totem and they used to come together, and there was a collective conscience and collective affordances, and they started feeling good, and then they connected their happiness with that totem. And in every month or in every year, they started visiting that totem, and then they started worshipping that totem. That was the elementary form of the religion. So you need to analyze this elementary form of religion. I mean, you need to explain this elementary form of religion. Then the role of religion. Then what was the role of religion? It's like feeling happy or solidarity in the society, collective consciousness in the society. It's forming the rules for the society. And then discuss consequence of a religion revival. There is religion revival, right? There is revival of Hinduism, Krishna cult, or some Muslim revivalism. So what is the religion revivalism which having the impact on contemporary society? So is it just a solidarity force? Yes, it is a solidarity force, but at the same time it is causing rivals in the society also. It is causing riots in the society. So how the role of religion is changing from elementary religion's life to the contemporary society. So this is what which is needed, and it is a 20 marks question. So you need to explain each and every. For 20 mark question, at least you should be able to write 3 pages of the answer, right? Sometimes it's also 4 pages, but at least 3 pages you should be able to write. Okay, now this question. Question number 4. Is humanity at mercy of nature, science and technology? Comment in the light of pandemic situation. This question is very much oriented to the current situation of COVID-19. So here, how we can deal with this question? Okay, so it's saying that humanity is at the mercy of nature, science and technology. So what all thinkers which can be like connect with this? We have to just think on this. Okay, and that at the light of the pandemic, so science and technology and nature here we talk that there was an emerging there was COVID-19 pandemic situation, so that a man cannot do anything more in this nature and is also controlled by nature. And then science and technology, here we can apply the dependency theory, that the situation of humanity is depend on the science and technology of the developed world. They are making their vaccines, but they are not providing the poor country the vaccines. So this all we can connect in this question. Okay, and then again after that we can link it to the Indian situation. Okay, the next question. Let's see this 10 marker question. It says, analyze the relevance of pattern variable in study of a social change. So now here you can see that this pattern variable, it was given in this syllabus. Look, this pattern variable, it is given by Talcott Parson. So the syllabus point, so my point was that the syllabus, it should be covered completely. The question which are asked in the optional subject, they are very much related to the syllabus which is given. Okay, analyze the relevance of pattern variable in the study of social change, how the society is changing and what the Talcott Parson has told in the pattern variable section. Here I would not be able to explain you the pattern variable, as many of you would haven't known what is the pattern variable is. Many of you which know the pattern variable can analyze this question very well and can write this question very well. Okay, then this is, I think, paper. Okay. Okay, this is section 2 of paper 1 only. So it talks about the context of globalization, the scope of sociology. Then it also talk about hypothesis in social research. Then what problem in observing social fact in Durkheim's view. Okay, then the religious belief and practice in pre-modern society. Again, it related to Durkheim and Malinowski and other such thinkers can be added over this. Discuss the new labor code and their impact on formal and informal labor in India. Okay, look, here there is change in this pattern. This is a paper 1 question paper, but then also they have asked about formal and informal labor in India. Usually the question of labor forces in India, or the question related to India, it was asked in paper 2, but this time it was asked in this paper 1. So there is no such hodgepodge there. We can easily tackle this question. Then, according to Mill, elite rule in institutional term rather than psychological term. Some time ago, I just tried to mention the struggle, the class struggle, the class divide about closing of the school, right? So, can you relate this article with this question? Elite rule in institutional term rather than psychological term. Okay, they rule on institution, they rule on schools, they make rules. Okay, they control democracy, they control institute like judiciary, right. higher class people, judiciary, they control polity. There is concept called crony capitalism. Rules and regulation. Okay, I'll tell you one current affairs which you can apply to this elite rule. As you all know, Aryan Khan, right? Aryan Khan, the son of Shah Rukh Khan, which was now he was arrested due to drugs, right? Drugs use, drugs illegal use, I would say. So now the institution, now what it's trying, that it's in today's newspaper, that the institution is saying that he is not an habitual drug offender. By the way of saying he is not habitual drug offender, they want to say that he was not caught earlier, right? He must be habitual, but he was not caught earlier. And then for such use, the punishment should be lower. The punishment should be lower, right? And what again they are saying, that we should try to see Aryan Khan as a victim and not as a criminal. Right? So, why there is sudden need of changing this rule and amendment in this act? The act should be equal for everyone, right? But then the Aryan Khan, which is a very popular figure in the Bollywood industry, so now the elite, they are trying to change this act and rules so that it could favor him and it could lessen his punishment and see him as a victim, so that his career won't get spoiled, and so that there is molding of this act and rule, right? So that's this question, the elite rule in institutional term rather than psychological term, and you can use such example. It gives clarity to your answer. So now the next question, the technology has accelerated the process of development and dependency. Again, you have to go through the theory. I cannot explain you the theory to jot down this question. I am just trying to help you, so how you can just have your approach regarding the study. Critical assess the Marxian theory of alienation. It's a very theoretical question about alienation. The impact of gender division of labor on the development of society. What is the impact of gender division? So how you can connect this portion to the current affair, right? So what is the question? Is the impact of gender division of labor on development of society. So development of society, and there is gender division. So when we are talking about gender, it is not just male and female, right? Even transgenders should be considered. So while considering this gender, there is division in the labor. So there are some portion which is reserved for women. And if we've seen that transgender, they are not included in workforce. Right. So now, what is the impact of not including the transgender in the society? They can go to criminal activities. They can just be involved in beggary. They can just involved in some other activities. Then the workforce, that the development of the country, that the development of the society, then there is aspect of social development, right? Economic development, political development. So how this division of labor, it impact social development, it impact economical development, and it impact political development. So let's start with now question, previous year question paper 2. So question paper 2. Paper 2, it relates to India, Indian thinker, Indian social problem, religion which is related to India, work and economic religious related to India, political system related to India, and other such aspects. So it is not necessary that you should write only about India. You can connect this paper with paper 1 thinker and with the international relation, and then give the example of what is the scenario in international platform. So elaborate AR Desai's perspective and study of Indian society. It's very theoretical question. No such current affair application. Banning practice of sati is attributed to annihilation of major social evil. Again theoretical. Justify demand deliberate stress on ideology. Definition of tribal community. Humanistic radicalism. They are very theoretical questions. Okay. Analyze household dimension, discuss the issue of lineage and descents and cultural pluralism. Andre Bete justify. Look, that's what I want to say, that Andre Bete, he was not mentioned in the syllabus, right? But then there was a question, how does Andre Bete justify middle class in India? What is his thoughts on middle class in India? Such questions you need to be tackled. So how to cover these thinkers? While studying, you will get to know various thinkers which are not mentioned in the syllabus. There are Andre Bete or Yogendra Singh or some others. So just you can take these thinkers and whichever book list which I have provided, you can just go through it, and slowly you will get to know about what was their concept and what was their theory. Then you can make your own notes, and then by that you can tackle this question. Then see this, there is a question, it is consequence and remedy of chronic malnutrition. It is a social problem. It's given in Ram Ahuja social problem. Then the issue related to citizenship in contemporary India. Then the green chemistry in agrarian transformation. Okay, the new education policy in 2020. It's related to very current affair portion. Democratic federalism. What is democratic federalism and what is decentralization of power, political system in India? Okay, this. Do you think MSP schemes of agriculture produce can help rural development? Skill development program. Okay. Then the cause, consequence and concern of urban settlement. Anthropogenic influence on climate in India. Environmental movements, contemporary farmer movement. So now you will be able to see that this all questions, they are related to the syllabus, to the point, and they are very theoretical. There are few questions which are related to the current affair portion, but then with the newspaper, you need to focus on newspaper, Yojana, Kurukshetra, government schemes and some initiatives, some international initiatives, international agreements and institute. These all working for social development. For betterment of society. Okay, so these all institutes and initiatives which are occurring, you must cover this slowly and steadily. You will able to segregate what are the important points which are needed in the optional, what are the important points which are needed in essay, and what are the important points needed in GS1 and ethics and GS paper 2, and then you can just segregate it, make a note of it, and then apply it to these questions. Okay, for this I tried to give you example through previous year question papers and the syllabus also. Now some of the most critical part which I needed to share with you is make notes. Okay, make notes of thinkers, facts, figures and some diagrams. Diagrams will always fetch you some brownie points. Small diagrams, they are needed. They are needed to explain what you want to say. They are needed to explain that you have studied and you know what you want to say. So diagrams is needed. Fact, it give base to your answer. It give authenticity to your answer. Okay, thinkers give authenticity to your answer. So make the notes of such thinkers, facts and diagram. Then answer writing. Daily answer writing is must. Try to cover a syllabus, try to cover a topic of a syllabus and try to write one question related to that topic, so that the basic understanding of it gets incorporated in your mind, so that you can know that what you have read, can you apply it while writing the answer. Try to give full test in 3 hours of time. In optional subject, it was mostly seen that the time limit is the key. Time, you have to run behind the time. When you write the full test, if you write the test within 3 hours, you can write it on the decision day, on the D-Day, on the day of your examination. But if you didn't limit your writing to this time while practicing, then it's very hard to complete your paper. And just missing a question paper, it's like missing even a 10 marker. It means you are going back by 10 marks, or by just say 3 to 4 marks, right? It's average mark which a person can get. And on 3 to 4 means if you can get in the list, you can get out of the list. And also it makes the difference of around some 40 to 50 rank. It can just change your post from IS to IPS to IRS or to other, or to lower than that. Or it can also throw you out of the list. So don't miss the question. Then the third point is revision. Revision for optional is must. Before your prelims, you must cover your optional through and through, from syllabus to syllabus. After that, after the prelims, you must focus on answer writing, and after which, when you are focusing on GS, you must rely on revision, so that you can recollect whatever thinkers and facts and diagrams which have you collected. You can just recollect it and apply it to your answer portion. Okay, and then obviously attitude while solving the paper. If you are not able to solve a question, you can just write it on a GS perspective, right? A general study perspective. If you are not recollecting the thinkers and not recollecting, it's okay. It's okay not to write a very extraordinary answer, but yes, an average answer is expected to get at least an average marks in the sociology. And it's for them who have new to this optional. Okay, who have advances in the optional, there no need to write the average. They can always write exceptionally well. But if you are new to this optional, then at least try to write an average answer with average GS preparation. So here it's all from me. If you have any doubt, you can just comment in the video link, and try to cover the optional subject very well. Don't try to just jumble upon the syllabus. Analyze the syllabus, go through each and every point very well. Go through syllabus, go through books, collect as many as knowledge you can. Write answer on daily basis, write full test, revise, and then just don't make mistakes like which I have made by changing the optional and then shifting your goal from point 1 to point 2 to point 3. It creates a lot of confusion. And all the best for your future. I hope that my lecture will help you a lot, and thank you all.
स्पर्धा परीक्षेच्या तयारीसाठी महाराष्ट्रातील सर्वोत्तम ऑनलाईन प्लॅटफॉर्म ज्ञानदीप अकॅडमी पुणे. महाराष्ट्रातील सर्वोत्कृष्ट शिक्षकांचे व्हिडिओ लेक्चर्स, PDF स्वरूपात नोट्स व प्रश्नपत्रिका उपलब्ध, तेही अगदी माफक फीसमध्ये. बॅच जॉईन करण्यासाठी आजच गुगल प्ले स्टोअरवरून ज्ञानदीप अकॅडमीचे ॲप डाउनलोड करा. अधिक माहितीसाठी संपर्क करा 95 11 28 04 65.